I do consider the Ironeye to be the single best character in the entire game, and it is for many different reasons. One of the reasons, and probably the main reason, is going to be because of his set of abilities. They're probably the best set of abilities out of all the characters. He has a passive that gives him and his allies just better item drop rate. It's kind of the equivalent of having your entire team come with like the Silver Scarab Talisman equipped. He also has a skill in marking, which is just a broken skill because it gives him an insane dodge that gives him lots of iframes. It damages enemies. It debuffs them to make them take 10% more damage. And then when you break the mark, they just take a whole chunk of damage and a whole chunk of stance damage. It's just ridiculous. And then he also gets an ultimate that can just clear out the entire room of trash mobs and just hit bosses all at the exact same time. It's stupid as well. But even his stats are really good. He gets the second best dexterity scaling in the entire game, decent stamina, and arcane. Now, obviously, when you compare this to the Executor, it's going to pale in comparison when it comes to things like health, less damage, and not going to be as much status effect buildup with that arcane scaling. But the Ironeye does have amazing synergy with bows. And the thing is, with bows in this game, they're extremely forgiving. Like, projectile attacks in general just cheese the entire game and actually every single Souls game because you don't have to engage with enemies. You just sit at a distance and just continuously spam. And the bows with the Ironeye just have a much faster moveset, and bows have infinite ammo. And with all the different types of perks and buffs that you can find with this character, it makes the playstyle be extremely easy. And it actually still outputs some decent damage, especially when taking into account the marking ability. And if you're using, like, the heavy attack at closer range against larger enemies, the DPS is actually really, really good. Now, there still is going to be one downside to the bows, and that still is going to be its DPS. Like, compared to things like, other dexterity-based weapons like katanas, they're not going to really output as much damage. But obviously, the trade-off is that you can just be at a safer distance. But when you do fight those enemies that are super aggressive, and they're kind of forcing you to fight at a closer range, you're kind of at a slight disadvantage by just having a bow equipped compared to just having like a really good dexterity weapon. And also, when you're playing in a team or a squad, and all the other allies are going to be taking the aggro for you already, you're not really doing much by just standing at a distance, just firing off some pretty like mid-damaging bows. Like, you are staying safe, and being alive is obviously better than just risking your life and potentially being dead. But against some enemies where you're pretty confident, then you're probably just better off just having just a really high damaging dexterity weapon and just being at close range. Now, this is obviously if you are more comfortable with the game. If you are a person that's not as comfortable, then I just recommend just sticking with the bonus sitting at a distance. But the thing is, when it comes to the Ironeye, there's nothing stopping you from being able to use things like dexterity weapons. Like, you can still very well use a katana just like the Executor, and the damage difference is not going to be that large. Like, 96 damage here with the Uchigatana, and the Hand of Millennia is getting 163. We'll see, look at the Uchigatana from 96 to, what is it here, 101. And then the Hand of Millennia from 163 to 171. So, like, the damage difference isn't really all quite there. And I didn't even have, like, any relics equipped with the Ironeye for this, like, damage difference showcase. There you go. But, what can actually make him do more damage than the Executor? His mark ability. He can have this exact same katana, go ahead and use the mark, and then from the Executor's 101 damage, it's literally going to be less. Like, the Ironeye with the mark ability can just get more damage with the katanas, and, when you just explode the mark, it's going to do a whole chunk of damage and stance damage, so you can proc stance break faster too. Now, that's not to say that the Executor is completely useless, because, he still is going to proc status effects quicker, and he still is guaranteed to come with the katana, and you can use certain types of relics that just make it completely broken, like Seppuku or Chilling Mist, whatever type of build that you want to make. Like, he has plenty of different reasons that make him really good. And, this is going to be more RNG based. But another thing that the Ironeye does well is that he still has the bow. There's nothing stopping him from being able to use both. Like, just play him like you would like any other dexterity based character like the Executor. And then when enemies get a bit further away from you, because if you inevitably fight those enemies that like to fly around a whole bunch or run around a whole bunch, just use your bow and arrow until they get closer towards you again. Or if if you're fighting those enemies that you're not really comfortable at fighting at closer range, you have the option of a really good and easy to use bow. There really isn't much of a downside to this playstyle at all. In fact, I think this is just the optimal way to play around the Ironeye. Like, he's just going to be the highest damaging character. He's probably going to stance break just as well as anybody else while being a dexterity character, and having the option just to be able to cheese enemies at a distance and have an insane set of abilities. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, the only downside is that you have to just get decent RNG when it comes to finding a dexterity weapon, because the game is most likely to give you bows. But, you know, this character has a passive ability that gives him a higher drop rate, and this gives him a more likely chance to find the gold weapons, which they're just broken. So this adds to all the reasons that just makes the Ironeye the best character in the entire game. Now, when it comes to which relics to run with this particular melee or hybrid Ironeye build, you can kind of see it similar to how you would see the Wilder. Like, you just run a whole bunch of relics that are just good for any character. Like, there's things that are good to boost your neutral game, and that's really it, because there really isn't anything specific that you're building towards. You're kind of hoping that you find like a really good dexterity weapon. Kind of like when you play the Wilder, you just hope that you find like any really good weapon no matter what it is. So obviously I'm just running things like Evergel. This new boss relic, I talked about it in my previous video. I think is actually amazing. I kind of changed my opinion on it slightly. I think taking attacks improves attack power is incredible, and stamina recovery on hits is just good no matter what. And just any other things that just boost your neutral game, like partial HP restoration, more vigor, like all those things you can't really go wrong with. The only like character specific perk that I still would run no matter what would be the +1 character skill. This is just incredible. His skill is like the best in the entire game, so giving you an additional charge is nice. The one that does give you the like extended duration to the mark ability is pretty cool, especially like in teams. But in solos, you're doing so much more damage, and especially if you are going to be using melee-based weapons, you're going to be exploding that mark a lot quicker than you otherwise normally would anyway. And it did come with like physical attack power up, and starting armament comes with frost, which this is like not necessary. I wasn't like running this for this particular perk to begin with, but I can still very well just have my starting bow upgraded to blue, leave it in my offense, be able to proc frost as well as just being able to hit enemies at a distance. So the entire build is perfectly fine. If this is like a perfect world, I'd probably have something like partial HP restoration in here, especially now because it actually does work with bows. So that'd be like the only thing that's missing. But other than that, this is basically as good as you're going to get with this particular playstyle. Okay, taking this bad boy into a game, we're going to be doing Equilibrious Beast, the Everdark version, because, you know, why not? He's here right now. We'll go ahead and find him. It'll be a nice and fun test. Some other like relic perks that I kind of forgot to talk about. One would be like initial standard attack increase. That one's not too bad. Also having 3 or more bows equipped to give you more damage is still decent, because you're still like very likely to find bows. Although I don't really care to run that all those 3 or more weapon type relics equipped, because sometimes it means sacrificing some really good passives on some other weapons and like taking up some item slots, which I don't know, not the greatest thing in the world. One thing I should have done is just like pick up these random drops. There's always a decent chance a dexterity weapon ends up spawning out of here. Give me something cool. I mean, a hand axe is fine, I guess. It's kind of more strength based though. Good enough for now. Longsword is more quality, but we can use that too. Honestly, a hand axe two-handed with improved attack power and two-handing is nice. That'd be good for fighting one boss, not that one. We'll go fight this one. Actually, I'll go to this church, because I might want to go to this fort, pick up the stone sword key, then go to that Evergel, then go rotate around this way. We shall see. We shall see. That might end up being the play. Okay, so in terms of like weapons to look out for, honestly, I don't know. Like, katanas are still one of the best weapon types to use, mainly because like they're just great one-handed and two-handed. Typically, when it comes to dexterity weapons, the best ones would be like the ones that have the best power stancing combos, because like, you know, dex you kind of want to focus on DPS and stuff. And things like curved swords and straight swords will do pretty well. But being that power sensing is pretty hard to come by, I'm forgetting to use my mark ability. The weapons that are just good one-handing and two-handed are probably going to be the best ones, and there's things like katanas. So it's the reasons why Executor is still really good. Can I stop being bad at this game? Go away. Okay, what do we have here? Spellcasting speed, Nightreign Flail. Okay, I'll go use Nightreign Flail. Give us access to like a some bleed. And also, you know, the flail still is a dexterity-based weapon. Believe it or not, I thought I had my skill. They just suck though. That is not that good. They're just like worse hammers, but they're still dexterity hammers. Where the hell is my stone sword? Okay, there might be one up here. Come on, game. God damn, if I have to go down below just to be able to... Oh, an Earth Steel Dagger. I like that. That's very good. Because like typically the Earth Steel Dagger, I don't really care for as much. Because mainly you get it with the Duchess and it doesn't have that same cool, unique moveset. And the game didn't want to give me the thing that I wanted, which was a Stone Sword key. But that is okay. We still have one at least. Don't mind the game being a hater sometimes. Improved charge sorceries is kind of useless, but it is what it is. And mainly the reason why the Ursa Dagger is good is when you have the multi-hit talismans, though, with that nice heavy attack. But I could use it to get, like, you know, backstabs, I guess. Well, this is great. I was gonna say if I had my ult, but I do have my ult. So this is great. Time to kill the rest. But how quickly will this proc Frost? I don't think it's gonna proc Frost that well. Oh, that was not bad. These guys must be pretty weak to the Frost status. Backstab. I forgot to take damage on purpose to be able to get a damage boost. I forget about that. Forget about that. We can rotate this way, see what bosses over here, go through this fort, and then... Please be something chill. I mean, that's chill, but like not for day one. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, what I might do, instead of actually dropping off here, we're gonna go all the way down. Just go to this cathedral, kill whatever's there. Because I would like some holy damaging stuff for this holy damaging boss we're about to fight. Get that church and then rotate across as well. We have the good merchant here too. So that means I can go get to that Everjail and then buy a stone sword key of that merchant and go to that Everjail. And that'll be enough. Maybe if I clear out 4 Everjails, that'll be good enough. We'll go drop on top or land on top as I just completely jumped off too early and did not land on top. Good job, Yui. Please. Cool. But yeah, I've been liking this playstyle. I was playing a bit with it earlier today, and a bit more a couple days ago. And I was like, hold on. This might not just be like something that's fun to do. Like it actually might be the best thing to do. Like it might just be the best thing. How did I miss that one? Damn, I broke it in one walk. Look at that damage right there. It's a lot better than the bow. Okay, well that one is not... We'll take the Albinoric bow. We'll keep both of these in the offhand for now. That one is pretty ideal. Add Holy to weapon and having a... Rain of Arrows is nice. But I can still keep the Frost bow as well. I forgot to go get the church. God damn it. Silly me, silly me. This has improved critical hits too, which is nice. Maybe if we end up getting the Iron Jaw NPC in the fight, he's like very easy to backstab, and we might just keep this dagger for that reason because it has the higher crit and then more crit damage. But you know, knowing the Ironeye, once you end up killing some, you know, day 2 bosses and some bosses in the middle castle, probably end up getting a gold, which is great. We can get that Everjail still. We're just gonna bait them into the middle, or bait them into the circle, and that'll be fine. I got my ult, so doesn't matter what's coming out of here. I am pretty confident. Does Puppet used it anyway. If anyone asks the questions, the reason why I never fully charge it is because you don't need to. It's the same damage. Earth Steel Dagger still fucks just as much as I remember. I love it so much. Never mind, you don't need the multi-hit talismans. It's just really good. It's just really good. Uncharged dagger spam with the Earth Steel Dagger. Or FP restoration? I mean, then again, I probably could have taken that just in case I end up fighting like a gold weapon where I want to kind of spam my skill. That would have been the play, I guess. Should I fight Loretta? I got time. I got time. Well, that wasn't really ideal. Typically, when that happens, you want to be able to dodge instead of just spamming, thinking that you're just going to be okay. What I probably should do is actually proc with Frost first. Might take a little bit, though. I mean, I said that last time, then it wasn't even that bad, so... maybe it's not going to be that bad again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Okay, that was about like 9 hits. That's not too bad. Is that worth it? I don't know. Chunk damage, debuff them. I mean, I didn't like really risk much of my life there, so. I forgot to mark them again. Let's go buff. I don't like breaking the mark with my actual mark skill. That's annoying. I don't like doing that. I don't have my skill up to be able to mark you again. They went further away from me. We spam. And honestly, this is actually really good if you just have a problem with, wow. The bows do shit damage, huh? If you just have a problem with Ironeye being too boring, like, this just makes it more fun as well. Like, it makes him more just RNG based because, you know, and that can be pretty fun. Like, every runs is going to feel different because you're just picking up random weapons and like random dexterity weapons, and you just guarantee for them to just be decent because you have a good scaling. She was literally one shot. God damn it. Veteran's Prosthesis is some hot booty juice, and yeah. Black bow is actually really decent damaging, so I'm going to keep that. But I might just end up upgrading the Albinoric bow, honestly. Because I'll probably end up doing more damage with the added holy weapon. And thing is, typically when I play with Ironeye, with the bows, I use the Healster relic. And I just keep switching. And this added affinity to the weapon is kind of just gets overridden. So, I would rather do the Evergel right now than kill that enemy. Despite it being weaker to holy damage, I'm not going to spam Rain of Arrows, but... it's fine. Let's go buy a Stone Sword key. What boss is here? A Knight's Cavalry. I really wish I didn't die there twice for no reason. That would have been pretty cool. What are you selling? Anything decent? Yeah. Yeah, we got time. It's a day 1 circle. It closes in, like, takes forever. Okay, let's actually lock in and not die 1,000 times again in day 1. Would be ideal. Oh. That was calculated. I took damage there. That means I proc the buff. I mean, they're super weak to slashing damage, which I think the Earthsteel Dagger is doing. Took a little bit of damage there again. Get a stance break, because you know I can get a stance break with a dagger and some bows. They're further away. I think you guys are witnessing peak right now, I'm not gonna lie. I think you guys are witnessing peak. Oh, and I got... oh, it's a gold. It's a guaranteed gold. I got excited for no reason. I'm sorry. Forgive me. We don't need that shit. Actually, no, let's go buy it, because I don't want to be able to buy a bunch of stuff for that merchant. I was like, oh, a gold. It's like, wait a minute. It was the Godskin there where it's a guaranteed gold. Forgive my silliness. I probably shouldn't have spent... I wanted to go buy something of this guy. That's right. Like a Wending Grace. And maybe that Urge Tree bow. Because the Urge Tree bow would be better than like the Albinoric bow. With the added holy to the weapon. And it'd be better than the black bow. Okay, we'll go buy that in day 2. Just gotta make sure like not to just, you know... make the mistake of... I hit him twice. Get into the rut. Of leveling up. I mean, I probably shouldn't be able to anyway. But just like that, level 11 in day 1, huh? And I died twice as well because I was being bad at the game. Golden Bow is pretty cool. I don't need this black bow, honestly. I'm not sure if I continuously... Maybe if I find like another frost source, I could probably not really care about this Ironeye bow. But I'll go by the Erdtree bow and maybe go through a tunnel and upgrade this to purple. Maybe. But although I am liking this Erdsteel dagger, but I feel like I'll probably find something better anyway. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so don't level up. I might go kill the Knight's Cavalry, and I might end up buying a purple stone as well. That'd be a play. What bosses can we get here again? Hopefully it's not something stupid like Freya. God fucking damn it. Why do I speak? And these guys are weak to holy damage. I think even the spiders are and the bosses. Where are the rest of them at? So you still have to like waste time by running towards them. I can still hit them at a distance. Lovely. That's fine. Just don't rotate your head, please. Oh, I hate that so much. How does it miss? I mean, my damage is actually popping off here anyway. We just stagger them because like the mark explodes so much quicker when you're just not using the bows. It's ridiculous. Look how much damage you're fucking doing. I forgot to heal. And we get a stance break, and I'm gonna die. But I won first. Okay, don't level up. I love Gradual Flask, but it kind of works better with higher HP people. So we'll go with that one. I can't even level up anyway, because I'm already at level 11. We'll still go kill this Knight's Cavalry though. But is there a Stone Sword key? No, not here. Not here. I forgot that I have the Golden Bow. I'm gonna forget that. I'm gonna forget it. I know 100% I'm gonna forget it the entire playthrough. But I'm not gonna keep it on my hand. But I could use it like right here. See, I didn't forget it. There you go. Didn't forget. Surely I just remember every single time from now. Oh, Knight's Cavalry running away from me? Don't mind if I do. Oh, and again, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and do that. That's fine. Not a big deal at all. Serpent Hunter, affinity attack power, sure. I think with this particular build, Ironeye just might end up being one of my favorite characters with this playstyle. This changes literally everything. Okay, what do I want? So I want the Erdtree bow. We don't need this Albadoric bow no more. And what else can I buy? I feel like I should buy the Dragon Crest Talisman. And I kind of wanted to go get that purple stone. I forgot the Wending Grace here. Fuck that then. Wait, did I buy the Stone Sword key? I did, that's right. Okay, cool. Let's go do some middle castle gaming. Clear out to the middle castle. Hopefully it's not the godforsaken trolls. I didn't see them. See a Draconic Tree Sentinel up top. Let's just go kill the Draconic Tree Sentinel first. Since we're already on this side. I think it's the Banished Knights, right? Banished Knights are chill. We're gonna get to level 15 anyway, so... Even though I spent like 50k. We'll be fine. Probably shouldn't have marked him there. That's fine. forgot to use Golden Bow. Oh, that was such a clutch dagger because I was 100% about to die there. And I got a stance break. That's huge. Let's see if I can try and proc Frost. Well, I got the Mark break. There's the Frost proc. That's annoying. Let's get double chug here, stay at full health. Ooh, that was a close one. See, it's situations like this where, like, if you're not comfortable, you can just go ahead and stick with the bow. But this stamina on hits is actually so huge as well. Because I can just attack forever. It feels great. And another gold because Ironeye Gaming. 2 golds because why not? Came with item discovery. Just to probably guarantee more golds. But I'll take the Wending Grace just in case I play like Dum Dum. Because I don't need a Godric's Great Axe. Okay, let me proc the Frost on you, buddy. I got a stance break before I can get that Frost proc. There's the Frost proc. And that's where the projectile attacks come in handy. It's so weird doing so much damage with the Ironeye. I never just never do this. But the shit's actually peak. And the thing is as well, like against like the Executor, like yeah, the status effects is gonna be great, but what happens when you fight enemies that are immune to status effects? Like a Gargoyle or something, you know? Or is anything weak to resist a bleed or a Deathbird. Heelster. This is like universal, does great damage. No matter what type shit. I honestly thought that Mark was gonna break and stagger him, but I needed one more hit apparently. Okay, Rotten Crystal Sword is actually kind of huge, but so is physical attack power. But I think the Rotten Crystal Sword will probably end up doing better here. Also, another downside of this playstyle is that, like, if I'm freeing up my left hand to have a projectile attack, I'm kind of, like, losing out on getting things like glint blades and stuff as well. Small little downside. These guys are resists or pretty weak to statuses, so... we should be able to proc Frost. There we go. I guess there's my higher damaging one. After I've procced the Frost. Even though they are resist to holy damage, I believe. Which doesn't make much sense. Well, you kind of, I don't know. Because you can, like, defeat them quickly with healing-based spells, but, like, they resist to holy damage, and I didn't really get that. Same thing with, like, death-blighted enemies. Like, you think death-blighted enemies would just, like, be weaker to holy damage? Because, you know, like, skeletons, like, and stuff are, like, enemies that live in death. But death-blight enemies, no, they'll resist to it. Like, enemies like Fortisax are, like, 80% resist to holy damage, believe it or not. Just as resist as people like Radagon and Elden Beast. And even the Worm Faces, they're resist to holy damage. Part of the reason why holy damage is kind of stuck in the base game. A lot. By far, actually. Okay, Wing Scythe is kind of good stuff. Do we retire the... I'm having so much fun with the Earthsteel Dagger, though. Oh, but Wing Scythe. Holy shit, no, it stops enemies from healing. That's so good if... But it doesn't matter, because NPCs don't even heal anyway in that fight. Okay, Disregard. I mean, that's pretty cool, because I have a Rot Weapon. I was like, holy shit, that's like a cool thing, and like, oh, wait. I didn't think I really bother with the... I mean, the Frost can be nice. I'm, like, never going to proc Golden Vow, because I'm always going to forget it. So I was like, leave this on for the critical hits. I don't know what I want to do. Because I'm going to get to level 15. I can go buy another Wending Grace. I should go back to that merchant and buy a purple stone. Oh, I bought the wrong talisman. I was gonna buy the Ritual Sword talisman. I was like, nah. I feel like there's more of a chance that I end up finding a damage boosting talisman than... No, not... I don't know. That was kind of dumb. Whatever. What a shame. Small pouch, Wending Grace. Claws are fine, but I kind of want to have my weapon one-handed, so no paired weapons right now. Let's buy these, I guess. Good enough. Black Flame Blade is really good too for your bow builds, but that's fine also. We're not showing off that right now. We're doing this. So we'll go back up to that merchant and then go buy a purple stone. Might go kill the moose that was over there. We didn't get that last church, which is a shame, but I think we'll be okay. We have 3 Wending Graces. Can be 4. So I feel like we will be okay. I have a strong feeling. I feel like we also stick with the Wing Scythe as well the entire time, so we can proc bleed and do the holy damage at once. And the skill can still stun lock NPCs. Whereas a dagger's not going to do as well. Well, it depends who we're fighting, I guess. Come back here, Mr. Donkey. 4 damage. Oh, I should have... I forgot that I was doing Everjails. Because I only have 3, right? Does Sights get an A scaling? This one actually might end up getting a B scaling and Dexterity because it gets a Faith scaling too. Another gold? No. But that's a good weapon. I don't know. I'm not trying to use the Minville. I think he's pretty resistant to magic damage, so. Ah, shit, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go... Oh, god damn it. Quite the predicament, indeed. Okay, the circle's probably going to end up the top there, maybe? Right? Could, potentially. So let's go try and grab another stone sword key. From here. Kill a couple of enemies and run back up. Go buy a purple stone. Wait, what do I want the purple stone for? I mean, I can make any of these things purple, because I might use any of them. Either that bow for the frost, the rots, when I proc the rot. Maybe the Earthsteel dagger, because it's fun. That is enough to buy a purple stone. That's cool. I said I wanted to get 4 Everjails and we can get 4. Which is about 20-something% more damage. Math is hard. We're at level 15 like way before. Like we're killing enemies super quickly. I did actually try this out in multiplayer, by the way. I was right, the circle did end there. And it works better. It really does. I feel like I was being more useful of a teammate. But obviously, once again, if you're like not comfortable by like, you know, being super close with like a lower HP type of character, especially the one that doesn't have like a broken dodge like the Duchess, even though you can get a broken dodge skill, then by all means still use bows, because I'd rather my teammate be alive than be dead if you're not confident. So yeah. Anyway, 3 Wending Graces. We're gonna get 4 Everjails. We have the damage negation stuff, and we've got damage boosting stuff. We have access to holy damage at a distance and at close range. I think we're pretty good, and we have access to frost and rot. And bleed. Basically everything that we need. Okay, now both of you hold this. Ugh, you disgust me. Stop blocking. Like, why fight them at a closer range? I don't have to do that. Okay. Reduced FP consumption. I don't need money, so... Might spam Angel Wings a bit, I guess. It's the only skill that I'm really going to be using. Question is, what of these weapons am I going to make purple? I think it'd be the Ursel Dagger, because I'm only going to use this like once to proc Frost, this once to proc Rot. Maybe twice. There's the crest. I need more Starlight Shards. We're fine on those. Best thing I can get out of this will be like affinity damage negation, I guess, or infinity damage. And we did not get that. That's okay. No harm done. What boss is over there? Grafted Sound. Anyway. What boss can spawn here? Hopefully it's something cool. Trying to fight something cool. Oh, so we have the Kindred of Rot. We can get a damage boost out of that. So we might actually proc the Rot twice. I mean, the Rot build-up isn't that high with this guy. But he does have a B scaling and Arcane. I wonder if I can proc it against the NPCs too. We'll see. We will see. Oh, lovely. I have holy damage. It's a death bird. Okay, why is it still bouncing off the shield? Like, the scythe is like... Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Like, the whole thing about the scythe is that, like, it does bonus damage around shields. But why is it bouncing off as well? That makes no sense. Like, I understand when you have it two-handed, it's not going to bounce off. But, like, the scythe is, like, either one-handed or two-handed. Come on. It's the only thing that you're actually doing. Because otherwise, it is, like, worse halberds. They get blade though, I guess, but typically worse movesets still. I can guarantee headshots. What's the point of staying close to him? He's like, I can't proc bleed on him anyway, so we just do this. No, come back here. Oof, that must have hurt. Lovely. And another goal. Look, I don't think we need this many Wending Graces, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's enough, but this is like typical Ironeye gaming. This is why he's the best character in the game. The increased item discoveries is ridiculous. I'd rather have the stamina recovery speed, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna have 4 Wending Graces, like it's not that big of a deal. We'll be fine. I'm going to upgrade the dagger to purple because it is going to get more crit damage. The damage AR difference is not even that. Jeez. I'm going to get way higher DPS with the dagger. Unfortunately, I mean, the main reason why it's lower because that gets access to bleed. I can still buy some random shit. Let's go buy all these tiers and drink them all. Drink that. Drink that one. Yep, drink that one too. I guess buy this and then, I don't know, buy this Exalted Flesh, who cares? Can pop that when the second phase starts. So the Libra abilities that we kind of want would either be Eventual Greatness or the Ailment Resistance. Those are the only two. Hopefully we end up getting the guy with the ballista, so we can actually backstab him easily. Resistance to ailments, there you go. This one actually decreases your stamina by like 10%, but you just get a whole bunch of resistances, which is just great. You know what? I'm gonna save my status effects, so I actually am gonna use the Earth Steel Dagger for the beginning part of the fight. And I can proc statuses afterwards, because when you proc status 1 and 2 times, it takes a long time to get it done the 3rd time. He's gonna do it now, right? I can try proc rock here. Spam because we're at a distance, because we can do that. I thought I hit him with the mark again. I must have missed him. Oh, this is huge. It's madness. Fucking with madness just once. And we didn't get the... Nice. That's all I wanted. One thing I completely forgot to go grab as well is less likely to be targeted. Because that is actually broken for this fight. I didn't actually find it though, so if I saw it, I would have remembered. I'm about to be using this to proc bleed. We're kind of cooking though. There's the bleed proc. That's gonna fuck me up, we're fine. Let's get back at full health. Buddy Pal is getting absolutely cooked. We didn't even die once. Didn't even need to use any of those wending rays. I found 5 in the entire playthrough. I bought like so much stuff as well. We still ended up at level 15. I forgot to go proc Rod a second time. I didn't even get to proc Frost. I forgot about that. Like, it was, yeah, easy game. Ironeye is easy mode and now the melee-based playstyle. I'm just gonna say it. I think it's just better to do. Most people out there, just go try this out. It's more fun, it's more enjoyable, it's gonna make it more random as well, and it's probably just more powerful with a higher skill ceiling. It just is what it is. Anyway, that is that done. Please do like and subscribe. We might do like another one of these videos again, probably with another character, because there's still some more things that I want to touch on before the new update comes out. But yeah, catch you guys around. See yous.